Good morning, YouTubers. I don't know if you'll find this video. I don't get a lot of hits on my videos, whether I do a movie review or a video vlog. Um, I don't know. I'm not very popular here, but some people look. And anyway, I don't care. I don't really care if I'm not popular. I'm just bored and I don't really have much else to do. I mean, I could write all this down, what I want to say in this vlog, but it would take a really long time to write it by hand. And um, also, like typing it on the laptop keyboard gets on my nerves because I don't, I type better on a regular keyboard, and the laptop keyboard has always been sort of annoying to me. So, I'm just gonna vlog it. Just gonna talk. And today's topic is uh, AI stuff, the economy, and me getting old, aging. Well, aging in general. But mostly, I want to focus it on the AI stuff because lately I've been seeing a lot of articles online and video vlogs online about the changing world and how AI is a big uh, contributing factor to the changes, how it's affecting people, their jobs, the economy, and um, and how it's just changing the struggle. Uh, so I want to talk about that because I'm going to be 55 in April, and I've been in a very weird decade of my life. The past 10, 15 years have been very weird as I've dealt with working full time, part time, dealing with being on SSD, like sort of a half retirement thing, dealing with the successes of a business that I ran with my husband, where we were doing pretty good. At least it looked that way. I mean, having money to spend, but then again, still being in debt. Um, just, I mean, really, I think it's just the lesson of poverty. I mean, really, it is. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it's like for every retiree. Uh, I know that I'm on the lower end of the monthly retirement check for the people who do get them. I'm on the lower end, but I don't think that even if there's retirees who get a bigger check than me, that they're living a super glamorous life or anything like that. It's difficult to make any monthly check stretch through the month when you have bills to pay. And when we had made a joke, I mean, a lot of us workers or people who living on some kind of benefit, a lot of us made the joke, well, I'm broke because I paid my bills. It's true and kind of funny, but it's also kind of sad because that's what happens. I mean, paycheck. That's why the whole paycheck to paycheck thing, come in. Like, I'm just one paycheck from disaster, and it's terrifying. It really is. It's just we made jokes about it to make it lighter, but it is terrifying. And I think a lot of people are scared right now because AI is the next you know monster to change the economy and to change the employment landscape. And people are going to be losing jobs just like they lost jobs when things got outsourced or when industries closed up. And you know it's the same thing. I mean, there's a lot of cities that still haven't recovered from industries moving, the steel industry or the oil industry, or a lot of different, mining industries. There were a lot of various industries during the industrial, peak, that raised cities, and now those cities are hurting because those industries are gone. And some people wanted to blame outsourcing, which is which was partially true. I mean, but there's a new monster in town, and it's AI. And so if your city isn't prepared, or your town isn't prepared to comprehend what AI is going to do, then it's going to be just like what those cities went through when the industries moved, when the factory jobs were gone. This is going to happen again, and some people are aware of it. Some people are preparing for it. Some people are scared, but they know, and then some people are oblivious. They don't even see that the new monster coming. Uh, it's AI. AI is your new threat. So you have to, if you don't know, I'm gonna try to explain what I know about it. And I mean, I'm pretty accustomed now after 10 years to dealing with being a poor person. So I have that on my side. If even though that's kind of pathetic, I do have that on my side. I'm pretty comfortable now being a poor person. But there's a lot of people who have no idea what it's like to not have a job. There's a lot of people who have no idea what it's like to be a poor person, and to be replaced, to not to be not essential or not needed anymore. And they might be shocked or terrified when it occurs to them. So I just want to put this video out there. It may not reach the people who need to be aware of it. I hope it does. But AI is taking over, and I'm worried, not for me, because like I said, I'm used to being poor, but I'm worried for the people who don't see it coming. Uh, and it's going to affect a lot of jobs, a lot of jobs. So let's talk about the jobs that it's going to affect, because I've been doing research and listening to other people who are aware of this AI thing, and they're explaining in their videos and their articles about the jobs they think it's going to wipe out. So that if your job is in that discussion, you need to think about it. And I'm going to mention it again. Let's go through all of the different areas of manpower, of man labor, of jobs, and let's talk about how AI might make you fired. AI might take your job. Let's talk about it. So let's start with the big jobs that people go to college for. Typically or traditionally speaking, it was lawyers, doctors, and teachers, right? Lawyers, doctors, and teachers was the three main reasons why people sought uh, higher education. This is gonna it's gonna change. The changes are coming, and it's not gonna be uh, the way it was. Um, I personally made a personal decision based on my mental health issues, and my intrinsic reasons for not wanting to participate as a public school teacher. Subbing was difficult, but it was okay. But I never made it through the first full year of teaching because of my mental health issues and because of my personal reasons. Personal reasons were that things that I did not agree with, about how everyone was treated, the students, the parents, and the faculty. I just did not like the human treatment of people in that institution. So it's going to change. It's already changed. A lot of education now is occurring online, which is part of AI. People can They don't need the encyclopedia. They don't. There's no encyclopedia salesman at your door anymore, because as long as you have a cell phone, as long as you have one of these, you've got the whole library in your hand. So that changed some things. It's changed the relevance of the library. It changed the sales at stores like Barnes and Noble. And Amazon now is a major publisher, so it changed the publishing companies, and it changed education because you can take a class online. I mean, universities, there's all kinds of online universities. Phoenix University is one of them, but there's tons of them. And people are just learning from the comfort of their own home. They don't have to go stay in a dorm. They don't have to go move to another city. They can just go anywhere they want or be anywhere they want and learn anything they want. I've known people who have learned, how to fix a car watching YouTube videos. Yeah. I mean, I've learned people who became nutritionists watching YouTube videos. YouTube, Wiki, whatever, Google, these search engines are the new encyclopedia. It's the library in the palm of your hand, which does change education big time. So, teachers, I'm not saying that you're irrelevant. I'm just saying that you've got to evolve because the old traditional style of public school, private school, and even higher education is definitely going to change as this AI stuff becomes more and more prominent. Um, it's just something we have to evolve about. That could be good for some teachers, that could be good for a lot of students. Uh, I mean, and it could even be good for the economy in a way. I mean, if you're willing to look at the changes as a good thing, you could see that um, it could be a less of a burden on taxpayers because it would more be a private choice, a private more education would become more private than public. And yeah, I know that's scary. I mean, that scares me too because I my whole life I was a public school student, and that's why I wanted to be a public school teacher. Uh, I didn't know any other life, so this is a big change, a big shift in consciousness, trying to evolve about it. Anyway, that you need to be prepared. I'm just saying, if you're, an educator in any kind of institution, you need to be prepared. Maybe you already are. I started seeing the changes while I was there as they kept updating and updating and updating technology, and I had such a headache about it. I mean, it was like just when I learned one device, like a month later, the device was already antiquated, and I was supposed to be learning something new, and it was just too much pressure. It was way too much pressure. I got tired of it's from going from the vinyl to cassettes to DVDs to the overhead projector to enough already, enough. Every time you learn something and you think that you've mastered the skill, they come up with some new gizmo to make you feel like an idiot. I'm just over it. So but that's about evolution. And if you don't stay hip, man, if you don't stay hip, then you're irrelevant. And AI can do it better. Those are the facts. Um, so anyway, the other thing is like lawyers and doctors. I mean, that's going to change too. I mean, the machines are already doing most of the work. I mean, you don't have a lab rat, trying to figure out, what's wrong with your blood. No, the machine does. It's all run through machine. The machine knows if you have cancer. The machine knows if you have, the machine does everything. The doctor just basically looks at whatever the machine says, repeats what the machine says, and I've never met a doctor with sincere compassion. That compassion is killed out of them as they get educated. So they're completely useless, really, because the machine can actually do their job better. Uh, let's see what else. Lawyers, well, I don't know if the machine can argue better than a human. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, but if a machine can write an essay better than, an English major, then I would suppose that the machine could probably make a better argument than the lawyer. So, who cares? Just let AI come up with the defense or, the persecution. I mean, prosecution. Excuse me. Because the machine can do it better too, because they can write essays better. So they can probably argue better too. Um, let's see. As far as the safety thing that we thought, like I thought, well, at least the restaurant workers are safe, right? I mean, you're always going to need a burger flipper and somebody to mop the floor and wipe the tables off. But if you have you noticed, like the restaurants, that the big employers, McDonald's and all those places, there's not a lot of people dining in anymore. I mean, I went to Steak and Shake the other day. I used to work there, and when I worked there, there was like a full crew. We had two or three people in the kitchen. We had a shake person. I was on drive through. We had someone in the back, and we had like two or three waitresses. I don't know how many people. I add that all up. We had a full crew plus the manager, making sure that we were all doing what we were supposed to do. It's not like that anymore. Now, Steak and Shake, they don't have waitresses anymore. They eliminated that. You go up and put your own order in the computer. They had one person in the kitchen and one person who I guess was doing drive through and shakes. And maybe they had two or three people there. So basically, eight people lost their jobs. That's it. That's how it's that I saw that at Burger King too. Like there was one person doing the front register and the drive-through register, and one person in the kitchen. We used to have like at least 10 people, running it. Now two people manage it. It's automated. Most of the stuff is automated, so they need less and less physical contribution, human contribution. And it's sad. I mean, those were supposed to be the safe jobs, even if they were, intentionally or originally meant for younger people, teenagers, and recent grads. Those jobs are gone now too. They're gone. I mean, so you know, the robot took your job. What else? Some people were saying that we don't need bankers anymore. I disagree with that part. I mean, they say that the real estate agents are just middlemen and that the computer can already let us know what we need. Kind of like, how you get your packages at the Amazon mailbox. You don't need a middleman. You don't need the middleman to tell you, how to proceed. I disagree with that part. I think that real estate agents and bankers are still relevant, and I don't think that the computer can take the place of those people because sometimes you don't know what you have to do. You don't know what you have to do, and you need the human person. It's like the banker and the real estate agent is actually like the teacher. And the computer does not know how to teach somebody, even if, the computer has all the information. You need that banker, you need that real estate agent to teach you. Like yesterday, I was interested in purchasing something, some kind of real estate in Gary, Indiana. Why Gary, Indiana? It's just a personal thing that I have an interest in. But anyway, and she was talking about that I wouldn't be able to get uh, a, a, a first time buyer loan on a property, like there was this property for $7,000, and I thought, wow, that's so cool. But I didn't know that you can't just buy that property at $7,000. You need this like restoration loan. I would have to go into it wanting to restore this piece of crap house that's falling apart. I don't have the know-how to do that. Why would I take a loan on something I have no idea what to do? I just wanted the land. I thought the land was really interesting, and who cares if the house is a piece of crap, But you can't get a loan like that. And I needed the banker. See, the banker and the real estate agent, they told me that. They educated me. I didn't know that. I just see land with a excuse me, a crappy house on it for $7,000, and I go, wow, I can afford that. No, I can't because the bank won't approve that. The computer wasn't going to tell me that. Anyway, I'm going to do a more on this. I mean, there's more I can go on because I want to talk about the jobs, not just the jobs that are being threatened, but also the jobs that I think are safe. And I mean, I'm really am sad that to let people know that our little burger flipper jobs are threatened. They are. And they're just as threatened as anything else that AI can take over. Most of our jobs are going to be eliminated, and we have to think about things that are really relevant, things that a machine can't do. That's how you have to think now. You have to think about what a machine can't do. If the machine can do it, you know, the machine can do it better, basically. So think about it as you try to, maintain your relevance, or if you don't know how to be a poor person, if you don't know how to be a poor person and you want to stay economically healthy, then you're going to have to come up with something that a human can do that a machine can't. It's happening.